All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakak and of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, preaching this word in all truth and sincerity. This is Revelation 15 and 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is going to take place, all right, the destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, and this beast, which the beast represents Esau's power, okay, his system, all right, which is spearheaded, okay, by the elite of Esau Edom, the Rothschilds, all right, DuPonts, Gettys, Oppenheimers, Rockefellers, and all these crypto names, that they hid themselves behind. Now, America is being driven as a spearhead of the elites, and Esau, the Edomite countries, NATO and the EU, they make up that beast, man, as a alliance. Okay. But it says that this place is going to be a sea of glass mingled with fire. Now that's referring to our brothers and sisters, of course, that are above the planet in what you call UFOs. Okay. And they're witnessing, okay, parts of the earth on fire. Okay, that sea of glass is dealing with being above the firmament, which would be the ozone layer, if you will. Okay, and what's going to be burning is America, Babylon the Great, and these different Edomite countries, the land of Israel. All right. And them that have gotten the victory over the beast, which is the elect, 1/3 of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And you have Israelite foreigners. Okay? They are members of the 12 tribes, which are your typical, okay, by default, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But we procreated with the women of the other nations. And therefore our seed came out looking like other nations, but they're Israelites as well. Okay. Their soul is an Israelite. It doesn't matter how your outward appearance looks. All right. I've spoken to a fellow Israelite, and I explained to him that you got Israelites out there that are bugged out that'll teach that all the Israelites are black. Or you got to be Afro-Latino. Okay, you got to be a Latino that looks black. No. I even explained to the Jake that you got Israelites that look like Edomites. And vice versa. You have Edomites that look like Israelites. Okay? But the elect is going to get the victory over this man's image, man, over his system. Okay? Over his plans. All right? which his plan is to bring about what? A new world order. Okay? Where you can do as thou fucking wilt as long as you're not breaking their laws. You could be a homosexual. Okay? You could steal from people financially by means of usury. The scriptures say that you're not supposed to land upon usury because that's fucking stealing. Okay? But Esau does it all day long. Okay? You're free to worship Satan when it comes to Esau's belief, his system, his image. But the elect, the 1/3, is going to get the victory over that. They're going to denounce this fucking world, man. All right, this place is wicked, man. And we pray and we beg, we sigh and cry to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that he avenges us speedily from this place, man. It's demonic on all platforms, man. Every way of life has been altered, degeneralized through this fucking devil, man. Okay, we're sick of this place, man. As the scriptures say, they shall seek to wear out the saints, man. Okay? What do? We live paycheck to fucking paycheck, man. And sometimes you're struggling even to do that. You know? Here it is, you want your woman, your wife, your children in subjection. You can't even do that, man. We need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to save us from this place. But you know what? If we stand firm in faith, in love, okay, in power, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gave us power. Okay, the power right now is us being able to preach this word. And we talk about spiritual power. That starts with this word. And you being able to build your faith with the word. Then Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to give us that actual power. Okay? It says that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark. Now one member of the elect is going to get the mark, which is a microchip, man. 2/3, these bugged out Israelites, they're going to get the mark. Shit, some of them niggas might get two chips, man. You know? Their women are going to get chipped. Their children are going to get chipped. That's why we continue in faith and in love and power, pressing this word. Okay? Because if a brother out there has got a wife that, you know, is trying her best to do good by him, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gonna keep that woman from getting the chip. Okay? Your children that you love so much, okay, that you put Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai before your children, he gonna save your children, man. He's already wrote these things down for us in the scriptures. Okay? But we need to continue, man. All right? Things are going to get harder. Okay? The adversity on all levels is going to become more adverse towards us, man. It's going to get so bad that they're going to put bounties on us, man. They're going to be trying to pay off family members, your wife, your children. Okay? It's going to get serious. It's serious now, but it's going to get, you know, it's going to get crazy, man. Crazier. All right? Now, the mark is a microchip, man. Okay? It says, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. standing on the sea of glass, man. Because we're going to be in those chariots looking down on this fucking place as it's getting fried, man. Now, I got to say, Adawan Ratazah, because we don't know who is of the elect. Okay. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works. Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai Almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? That's what we live for, man. That's why Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai created us as Israelites in the first place. Okay? Is to fear and glorify him. That's why Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai gave us this wisdom. Is to glorify him and teach our people the fear of the Lord. So then in the end, which is coming soon, okay, these people are going to know who did these things, man. Because the whole time we were glorifying the Lord. And these people are going to bug the fuck out. They're going to say, oh man, them niggas was right. Them dudes wearing fucking dresses, shower curtains on the street corners are right. We thought they were bugged out. You know? Because Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai can get the last laugh. Okay, he's going to make true to his word. Whether they hear or forbear. Okay? It says, for thou art holy, for thou only art holy. For all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. You see? And that's what we're saying is the other nations, they gonna serve Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai through serving us and Yahushai. Okay? We gonna make them, you know? In other words, if they try to rebel, they gonna get a rod of iron bashed upon their fucking skulls, man. And then Esau's punk ass, he's the devil. All right, the so-called white man. Okay. That's why after 1,000, we're going to exterminate them, man, because they're not going to worship Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. They're not going to worship us, man. Okay, even if we force them, they're the devil. Okay, they'll do it with their toes crossed, man. You know? You know, they used to say in the world, oh, my fingers were crossed, it didn't count. They'll be crossing their toes, man. Fuck these devils, man. They're the reason for all this unrighteousness. Okay, we know it's Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai's movie. Okay, but the heathen furthered the affliction, man. They forwarded it. They made it worse. They seek to just push it out. Okay. It says, for thy judgments are made manifest. For all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. And the prophets, the judges, were out here declaring, okay, the end is nigh. What's going to take place? We're declaring that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is going to judge this place with nuclear fire. Okay? And lasers from the chariots. And giving his men spiritual power to subjugate the nations, man. We've been declaring this. So when it manifests, all right, these other nations are going to, they're going to think twice about attempting to rebel. Okay. And after that, I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was opened. And the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure and white linen, and having their breasts girded with golden girdles. Okay? It says they were clothed in pure and white linen, meaning they were glowing. All right. The word for white is leukos, which means to shimmer, to sparkle, to glow. And having their breasts girded with golden girdles, they were wearing gold armor. Okay. And one of the four beasts gave unto the seven angels 7 golden vials full of the wrath of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, who liveth forever and ever. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and from his power. And no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled. You see, so when all this destruction takes place and after it's said and done, then, all right, then the Israelites are going to be ruling on the planet Earth. All right. Right now, we can't set in our land and build the temple. It's not time yet. The destruction has to happen first. Okay? But it's going to come. All right? It will happen. But we have to remain, okay, in the love, all right, in power from Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, for Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And this is going to take place. Somebody has got to be of the elect. All right. It's prophecy. But yeah, we're tired of this place, man. We're tired of these Edomites ruling over us and casting spells on, the people we love and just fucking with our way of life. Okay? We understand it's prophecy, but the prophecy says when the last member of the elect has been woken, all right, then the angels are going to unleash those winds, those 4 winds, the destruction. So we do this, all right, to wake up our people, to wake up the elect. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakwadash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect.